central part in all this issue by the Office of the Special Prosecutor and the government of Ghana to extradite Ken Ofori-Atta into the country to come stand trial for some alleged corruption-related offences that the Office of the Special Prosecutor has leveled against him. But as way of background, we will know that Ken Ofori-Atta is a former finance minister. He resigned left his post after the NPP government went to the IMF, and when the NPP lost the election in 2024, we are told that somewhere on January 2, and that is even before the NPP left office, he decided to leave Ghana for some medical reason. We would later come out to find out that he actually wrote to the chief of staff then, that is Frema Osei Opari, and also wrote to key persons who were close to the president-elect at the time, which is President John Dramani Mahama, to notify his office that he was traveling out of the country, and if he was needed for anything, they could contact him from the various addresses and telephone lines that he had given to the incoming government at the time. Now, about 22 days after that, and this will be some few days after the about 2 or 3 weeks after the new government has taken office, then the Office of the Special Prosecutor, led by the Special Prosecutor, Kisei Jabin, had a press conference where he declared him as a fugitive from justice, and warned that he was going to declare him wanted if he does not make himself available. The reason he had indicated that he had actually written to Ken Ofori-Atta, requested for his presence in Ghana on February 10, and Ken Ofori-Atta had given indication that he may not be able to attend that particular invitation. Now, subsequent to that, on February 12, which is 2 days after the day he was supposed to have submitted himself to the Office of the Special Prosecutor, he was officially declared wanted by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. At this point in time, the Office of the Special Prosecutor had indicated that, from all indications, they felt that Ken Ofori-Atta was attempting to not subject himself to interrogations or any engagement by state security officers who were investigating the issue against him. His lawyers did not take kindly with this particular issue and demanded that that particular tag of him being wanted should be taken off Ken Ofori-Atta. That, however, was not heeded to initially by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. But on February 18, the wanted tag was rescinded. And when it was rescinded, this is all this in 2025. When it was rescinded, it was because at the time Ken Ofori-Atta, according to the Office of the Special Prosecutor, had given a clear timeline that he was going to receive treatment, and for which he believed that he would be able to return home for the interrogation as requested by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. But by June 2, 2025, he had not gone according to that pledge that he had given to the Office of the Special Prosecutor. As a result of that, he was re-declared wanted. And days later, somewhere around June 13 in 2025, we were told that he had actually been admitted at the Mayo Hospital for some medical procedure. Subsequent to this, the Special Prosecutor kept his wanted tag on Ken Ofori-Atta, and later Ken Ofori-Atta was placed on red notice by Interpol, suggesting that at least at the international level, the Office of the Special Prosecutor and the government had made some inroads in making sure that he is restricted when he is traveling across the globe. His lawyers again did not take kindly with this red notice issuance, They then challenged the red notice. Eventually, it was dropped by Interpol, and for varying reasons, as were given by the Office of the Special Prosecutor and also lawyers of Ken Ofori-Atta. Officers from the Office of the Special Prosecutor had noted that at the time the decision was being made by Interpol, Ken Ofori-Atta had been arrested for breaching some immigration rules and was in ICE detention. And as a result of that, there was no need for Interpol to have still placed him on their red notice. Lawyers for Ken Ofori-Atta, however, made the argument that the Office of the Special Prosecutor did not meet certain conditions precedent to which a person can be placed on the red notice of Interpol. And so the issue about the Interpol list was out of the way, but we knew that Ken Ofori-Atta was in ICE detention for allegedly breaching some immigration rules. He then fought his detention, but the initial proceedings had to do with issue of bail. On record, or issues that we followed with respect to the immigration courts, is that on 2 occasions when his lawyers applied for bail, the bail was denied. However, today we are being told that he's been released. We don't have much information as to whether it is as a result of a victory in the preliminary bail hearing or any other decision as have been taken by the immigration court. We don't know much as to the status of that immigration case. On the other hand, is also the extradition proceedings that the state was actually taking against Ken Ofori-Atta. Lawyers of Ken Ofori-Atta consistently has sought to make the explanation that the 2 proceedings ought to be differentiated. That there's a difference between the extradition proceedings that the state was pursuing, and that there was also a difference between the immigration issues which led to Ken Ofori-Atta's detention up until today, April 7, when news have come that he has been released. And so, this is how far we've come from the Office of the Special Prosecutor declaring him as a fugitive of justice, going ahead to declare him as wanted, rescinding that particular decision, later declaring him as wanted, Interpol placing Ken Ofori-Atta on red notice, lawyers of Ken Ofori-Atta fighting to get that red notice quashed, the state beginning extradition proceedings against Ken Ofori-Atta. Ken Ofori-Atta being arrested in the United States for allegedly breaching immigration rules, losing an application or 2 applications at least per account for bail to be given to him. And now on April 7, 2026, he has been released and his name is not on the ICE Detention Center's website.
Hansen, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Hansen Ajima, my colleague here, bringing us up to speed on latest development in respect of former Finance Minister Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta. And the news is that he's been released from the U.S. ICE Detention Center. A statement issued a while ago by his lawyers says on the 7th of April 2026, Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta was released from the ICE detention pursuant to judicial order. He is home with his family. Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta remains fully committed to use due process in defense of his rights as guaranteed under the Constitution and laws of the United States of America. He and his family remain thankful to God and all those who have offered prayers and support during this period, and signed by his lawyers on this particular matter. In the short term, I will try and speak to his lawyers here in Ghana as well, Mr. Frank Davis, to indeed confirm this and ask what next, the next step that Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta will take in respect of this particular issue. But before then, let's do some other stories.
The Supreme Court has been recognized for upholding the Constitution, protecting human rights, and shaping Ghana's democratic development. The commendation was made at a press conference marking the 150th anniversary of the country's apex court, established in 1876, the court has endured periods of political hostility, military interventions, as well as the suspension and abrogation of the Constitution. Chairperson of the Anniversary Committee and Justice of the Supreme Court, His Lordship Richard Ejay Frimpong, said the institution has remained resilient throughout these challenges, continuing to stand firm in its mandate.
The evolution of the court has been checkered, challenging, yet enduring. The court has not been spared the misfortunes of political hostility, military interventions, featuring suspensions and abrogations of constitutions, societal criticisms, even condemnation, some fair, others unfair, and in some instances, extraordinary legislative realignment. In all this, however, the court has survived and thrived. And in the chapters and verses of this evolution, the court has held on to its fundamental rule of defending the Constitution, ensuring the protection of fundamental human rights of the citizenry, and enforcing and sustaining a true democratic system of governance. The Supreme Court has not just been a court, but a very significant national governance institution.
The judiciary has scheduled a month-long celebration in July with the official launch set for April 16, 2026.
There is also the need to look into the future and chart a sustainable course to meet emerging challenges of the global legal system. In effect, this is not going to be just a celebration. It shall be a moment of stock taking, lesson learning, and strategizing into the future. The actual celebrations will be a month-long event and shall be held from the 1st to the 31st of July. The events lined up for the celebrations would include lectures and symposia by various dignitaries, locally and internationally, legal outreach programs, moot court competitions, sporting events, shortcutting of anniversary project, thereby to climax the celebrations, dinner and Thanksgiving.
Justice of the Supreme Court, His Lordship Richard Ejay Frimpong.
So listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we have more stories.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Go me. And what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info, make a fill the gobe too small. Go! Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Yeah, welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. How are?
Now, Ghana's crude oil production has declined for a sixth consecutive year, dropping from a peak of 71.7 million barrels to 37.3 million barrels in 2025, representing a compounded annual average decline of 9%. The figures are captured in the 2025 annual report by the Public Interest and Accountability Committee, that is PIAC. Now, presenting highlights of the report, PIAC Chairman Richard Elima called on the government to deepen collaboration with the Petroleum Commission to drive investment into the petroleum sector and reverse the production downturn.
Let's go on the phone and speak to Mr. Richard Elima, who is the chairman for PIAC, to tell us more about this report. Mr. Elima, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Did the report from PIAC identify what really caused this decline?
Well, it's a number of factors. The first one we can talk about, obviously, is the natural decline. We are talking about fields that are, almost 20 years. And anybody who has done petroleum engineering will tell you that fields begin to decline around that time. They rise sharply, plateau, and then begin to decline. So that could be a process of a natural decline. It's also possible that the fiscal and technical regime at the time could have affected the attraction of investments into the field. So, for instance, some analysts have questioned the royalty rate, the corporate income tax, generally the fiscal setup of our oil industry. They argue that our fiscals are not competitive enough as compared to our neighbors in Ivory Coast, even in Namibia and Angola, who are now, Namibia particularly, who are now also busily producing oil. So that could also be a factor. And then the third factor could also mean that 10, that is the Chineboa, Enyera, and Ntome field, which is part of the producing fields that we have. It is the most disappointing fields among the three: the Jubilee, Chineboa, Enyera, and then the Sankofa Jinyame, because of the geological makeup of the 10 field. It's very difficult to get the oil out of the well. So that has also contributed to the declining production as we see.
And if there's a difficulty in the 10 field, how then are we able to resolve this particular issue? Does it mean that we should stop exploration there, or something can be done in respect of this field?
Well, some have suggested that instead of oil, why not convert the 10 field into a gas field so that it produces only gas, which makes it much easier. Others have also suggested, which is more reasonable, that we invest more. Let us invest more into the field and overcome the physical barriers that make it very difficult to pump the oil. So if the partners decide to invest a lot more money, invest in more technology, I'm sure we will be able to get the oil flowing from the 10 field.
You mentioned maybe competition from other countries. Let's say you mentioned Angola and the rest. So that they are doing something different. That is what, and we are not doing what we are supposed to do. That's causing the decline. Could it be that?
One of the things that have come up in our engagement with experts in the field is the fact that our petroleum exploration and production law, I think Act 719 or something, I've forgotten the exact act, which was passed some years ago, is not fit for purpose now. We have newer emerging petroleum producing countries that have decided to offer investors far better fiscals. I spoke about royalty. Royalty, some are paying 1% or 2%. We are paying like 5%. We are taking 5%. Corporate income tax at 35%. Others are taking less than that. So when you look at these differentials, it makes Ghana uncompetitive as compared to our neighbors and other newly emerging African oil-producing countries.
A review of the law will help in this direction?
Yes, it will. And I'm happy to note that we've had meetings with the Petroleum Commission, and we've spoken to the Ministry of Energy. And one thing that is clear is that they've all accepted the fact that something has to be done about the law. And I'm just hoping that the process towards a review of the law will start as soon as possible to arrest this decline in our production.
You also make a prediction that Ghana's revenue is likely to go up from previous years, especially 2025. How much are we looking at here?
Not necessarily. In 2025, we got $770 million, up from the down from 1.3 billion in 2024. But in 2026, the projection is that we might cross $800 million. And it is because of the geopolitical situation happening in the Middle East. I mean, oil prices have gone up. Ghana is a modest producer of oil, so we are going to get a lot more money from the few barrels of oil that we are able to sell on the international market. So that is what is going to push up our oil revenue in 2026, in accordance with the projections that we gave.
Is the report able to tell us how we're able to utilize the $770 million we had in 2025?
Yes. The law lays out the criteria for utilization of the revenues. A portion goes to GMPC to take care of their costs, operating costs, and participation in the oil fields cost.
You know how much? You know how much goes in there?
I don't have the figure of head now, but I think in 2025 it reduced to 15%. Yes, 15% was given to them from the 770 million. 15% out of that went to GMPC, and then 21% went into the stabilization fund, and then 9% went into the Ghana Heritage Fund. Now, the Ghana Heritage Fund and the stabilization fund together are known as the Ghana Petroleum Funds. So the Ghana Petroleum Funds took 30% of that amount. And then we had $433 million left. That is what went into spending. It was available for government to spend. And government took out 0.4% for the District Assembly's Common Fund. The law says not less than 5% should be given to District Assembly's Common Fund. But one of our findings is that government gave far less of the ABFE to the District Assembly's Common Fund than the law permits. And then the remaining 95%, everything went into the government's big push agenda. As you are aware, the law was amended to scrap all the priority areas for petroleum spending. So now only petroleum revenue only goes into the government's own infrastructure development program, which is called the Big Push.
So we are getting more of these funds going to the Big Push agenda.
Yes, definitely. In fact, everything, apart from the 5% that they take out for the District Assembly's Common Fund, the remainder, the 95%, goes into the Big Push, straight ahead.
And is this sustainable? If we are using chunk of these funds into a particular project, will this be sustainable?
Well, the sustainability part comes in when you consider the fact that we are talking about natural resource revenue, which is very volatile. I mean, we all saw the past 1 month or so what has happened. I mean, we woke up one morning and there's war in Iran, and fuel prices went up. I mean, now there's a ceasefire, prices have gone down. All these affect our ability to generate enough revenue. So if you hinge the development of infrastructure of your country on natural resource revenues, it is extremely risky, very, very risky. And I dare say it is not even sustainable, So I agree with you, it creates a problem. But for now, because we are not seeing the negative impact, we are told that at least we'll be able to reserve some $1 billion for the Big Push, and it's sitting at the Bank of Ghana. So let's hope that things remain favorable for the government to continue reaping from the higher oil prices that we see at the moment.
I know PIAC is supposed to track these government projects, the funds which government uses from the revenue in national development. Are you able to track some of these projects, and do you have any reports in respect of these projects that you're able to track?
Yes, prior to the amendment to the law, which scrapped the priority areas, before then we could go to the field, inspect schools that were constructed with petroleum revenue, roads that were constructed with petroleum revenue, hospital projects, Agenda 111 hospitals, for instance, they were all done with petroleum revenue. We could go to the field and inspect. Now everything has gone into the big push. So last year, in 2025, if you check our report, for instance, not a single penny was spent on the project. Not a single penny. All the money is still sitting at the Bank of Ghana. So there was nothing for PIAC to inspect in terms of how the government has utilized the $433 million that it earmarked for infrastructure projects.
Finally, a number of Ghanaians believe that as citizens, we are not enjoying enough from the oil revenue that we are supposed to benefit from in this country. In your work and in your tracking, you think we are benefiting enough from these, revenue we are getting from the oil? Are Ghanaians really benefiting from it?
Well, I can say that there have been some modest success stories. It hasn't been the best, but there has been some modest stories that we can tell. I mean, you can look at Terminal 3, our airport, which our brothers and sisters from Nigeria keep hailing. We invested $30 million in that project, and we have got returns, of 17% since 2022. We've got some returns from that project. So anytime you see Terminal 3, it's a reminder that at least we can use oil revenue for some significant projects. The past government Agenda 111 hospital, about 66% of the funding for Agenda 111 hospital came from petroleum revenue. And all these hospitals are very significant social infrastructure projects across the country. And last year, PIAC even had calls to call on government not to abandon these hospitals, but to continue from where the previous government left off, so that the people of Ghana can benefit from these hospitals. Apart from that, the motorway extension that you are seeing, there is some significant petroleum revenue in that project. The Flower Pot interchange that we all saw, that also part of it came from petroleum revenue. And then apart from that, there are many, hundreds of projects across the country. Those are very minor projects all over the country that you see. So if people are not seeing the benefits of our petroleum revenue, it is because we have spread these revenues thin. They have been spread so thinly that there are so many, but very, very minimal impact. That is why we applaud this government for investing in infrastructure, the big push. For instance, if the Accra-Kumasi Expressway takes off, it will be a source of pride for every Ghanaian to say that, our oil revenue and our mineral royalties combined produced this project, and every Ghanaian will be proud of it. So these are the kind of legacy projects that PIAC is proud of and will always encourage government to undertake.
A listener of mine wants me to ask you how much goes into exploration and production. Is PIAC aware of this?
No, we don't look at exploration and production. Those are in the books of the companies. So that doesn't fall within our domain.
Richie, thank you very much for your time. Richard Elima, Chairman of the Public Interest and Accountability Committee, PIAC. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. A few of your WhatsApp messages you sent in. Yoga in Ho says the Ghana Institution of Engineers should make sure and talk about urgent issues such as our infrastructure rather than demanding an independent probe into the government big push agenda. These projects are critical for development and directly benefit our communities. Focusing on pressing issues at hand will foster growth and innovation, ensuring that we address the immediate needs of the populace effectively. Emmanuel from the Volta region says, Thank you and all your colleagues for the great work. Personally, releasing Ken Ofori-Atta is proof that the MPP party has disappointed us as a nation. Ghana. Emmanuel from Volta. You're talking about the release of Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta. Let's go on to the line. I'm told, we go for a quick break. When we come back, we speak to Mr. Frank Davis. He is the lawyer for former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the EcoBank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move! Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the EcoBank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the EcoBank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. Let's go to the phone line and speak to Mr. Frank Davis. He's lawyer for former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta on the back of news that he's been released from the U.S. ICE Detention Center. Mr. Davis, good evening and thank you very much for your time. Is this a bail or he's been released formally and is not going back to the detention center? Could you please explain this to us?
He has been released on bail. You recall the first appearance before ICE, a bond was posted, and when the bond was posted, the lawyers from the Department of Justice, the federal lawyers, caveated that there was an extradition request pending against it. On the strength of that, the judge had to adjourn the proceedings and asked of the federal lawyers to put the extradition request before the court on or before the 19th of February. On the 18th of February, it was only a one-liner that the Department of Justice lawyers filed. So the judge could not proceed with the matter because the details of the extradition request was not before him. As it turned out, this is where we are. We were supposed to have gone back to the ICE court on the 27th of April. But today, in conformity with the rules and the laws governing this immigration practices and procedures in the United States, Ken Ofori-Atta has been suffered to be at large. So he's at home with his family.
Does it mean he will go back to the court because this is bail? Does it mean he will go back to court on the same matter?
When he has to go back to court again, you be the first to know. Don't worry. Let us deal with the situation as a present. He's been released from ICE custody or detention, and he is on bail. Okay. He has been released from ICE custody. Not say he is being released from ICE custody. Okay?
I get you. My next question. So what happens to the whole extradition process? Now that he's been granted...
Don't let us co-mingle, I always say. The extradition request and proceedings stand separate and distinct from the ICE hearing. The ICE hearing is a purely administrative immigration matter. He applied for an adjustment of his immigration status. Extradition request is extradition request. The two are different. So let the extradition request be dealt with whilst we deal with the immigration matter. The extradition request will be played out fully. It is not linked to the ICE hearing at all. So the ICE hearing is released from ICE detention and so the extradition request is being pursued on behalf of the government of Ghana. So let us wait how those proceedings unfold.
Okay, so it means these are two different issues. You have an idea when the extradition case will also be heard? I'm just asking.
I have no such idea. I can't behave. I can't behave as if I have full knowledge of it. I have no such idea. Maybe the office of the Attorney General should be able to furnish you with that answer. I don't have an answer to your question. I don't know when the extradition request would start. But I just told you that when the federal lawyers were directed by the judge to put before it the extradition request and the proceedings accompanying it, they just filed a one-liner. I don't know what that is supposed to mean to you. As far as I'm concerned, I have no further knowledge on when and how the extradition request will proceed.
Does it mean he still remains in the United States of America then?
Oh, but is that not where he is? Is that not where he is?
Not coming to Ghana?
Is that not when Ken is?
Not coming to Ghana anytime soon?
How am I supposed to answer that question? I've told you he has applied for an adjustment of his immigration status, and that is being determined by the immigration authorities. So we are waiting the outcome of that. The outcome will determine what will happen next. So let us check cautiously and take things one at a time. Don't let us outjump our thoughts.
Mr. Davis, thank you very much for your time. Frank Davis is lawyer for Ken Ofori-Atta, former finance minister of the Republic of Ghana. The news is that, as you just heard earlier, he's been released from the U.S. ICE detention center. Let's get another legal opinion on this matter and speak to Martin Kpebu. He's a private legal practitioner. Martin, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Your initial reaction to this news that Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta has been released from the U.S. ICE detention center. We are told by his lawyers that he's been granted bail.
Is that look, this bail thing brings this matter to the fore, and once again we appeal to the MPP fraternity to pull Ofori-Atta down. I mean, ask him to come back to Ghana. Let's stop all this rigmarole. It's needless. It's not as if the U.S. government is preventing Ofori-Atta from coming. Ofori-Atta is free to self-deport, so he should come. He should just calm down. We don't need all this rigmarole. Look, when we look at the other leg, the extradition like this, we are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's costly. We don't have that money. And Ofori-Atta is putting us to such extreme cost. So President Kufuor, the vice president, ex-vice president, the MPP chairman, all of them, look, they should be bold. Ask Ofori-Atta to calm down. If Kufuor not working in Accra, Ghana here, the other ministers, those who have cases in court, are they not going and coming? So why does Ofori-Atta think that he alone, he cannot go and come? You see, so that's what I'll say first. Now, number two, this also brings back to the fore the matter of, once again, Kissie Jabin leaving that office immediately. He's the chief architect of this Ofori-Atta departure because, look, leave aside, let's separate the argument. The part he said he went to national security, NIB, etc., and they didn't help him. In any event, those institutions have denied. Leave it aside. He said he also knew that Ofori-Atta was going to travel. So assuming, as I said, those institutions have denied. What prevented Kissie Jabin from informing the nation that singular thing? So every time this matter comes up, I'm like, hey, so we thought we have a special prosecutor and he doesn't know how to blow the whistle. If in Makola or Malata market, when they see a suspect absconding, the first thing we say is Julo, Barawu, Ewi. Okay. Kissie Jabin didn't know how to do this thing. I say it somewhere and then somebody says I'm not a lawyer. Listen, that's real law I'm speaking. Law, you see, there's sociological jurisprudence in our society. If you want to apprehend a suspect, you want to apprehend an accused, and you cannot do it by yourself, the first thing is to blow an alarm. Juloe, Ewio, Barawo, okay? Amole, right? Arrest him. Kissie Jabin couldn't do this, and he says he's special prosecutor. This simple thing, blowing the whistle. So this matter has come again to the fore that he has to leave that office. We'll punish him for it. That he couldn't blow the whistle. It's a separate argument from allegedly NIB and the resident helper. As I said, look, I have letters from those institutions where they've denied that he never came to them to seek help to arrest Oforiatta. Okay, so that thing that blow the whistle, a special prosecutor who cannot blow the whistle, cannot inform the citizens, which is a constitutional duty. Sovereignty lies in the people of Ghana. Article 1, Article 35, Article 125. These are all constitutional provisions. A special prosecutor who doesn't understand the constitution like this is not fit for that office. He should leave immediately. Then now let's go to the next point, which is that the constitution itself. I see earlier on, I was on Joy FM with Frank Davis. He said very unprintable things about me. I'll disregard that. But the point I want to make is that the constitution says that Oforiatta has a duty to come to Ghana to attend court. It's a constitutional duty. That is how come that under Article 19, it says that the trial of an accused person shall take place in his presence. Check Article 19, Clause 3. I don't have my constitution here. That is how come that when he fails to come and he's gone outside the jurisdiction, we can use force to drag him. So Frank Davis must understand that Oforiatta's refusal to come is a breach of the constitution. If it wasn't a breach, we couldn't have put in an extradition request. So the MPP fraternity must understand this. I hear lawyers saying that he has no duty to come. Yeah, and I'm like, what? Do you understand the constitution? It's there. Article 19, Clause 3 says that the trial of an accused person shall take place in his presence. Okay, yes, there's a part that says that in the interim, before we arrest him, we can do trial in absentia. I can be there. But I'm also telling you that that is how come my brother, what's your name again? Is it Wilson?
This is Sammy.
Sammy Riafe.
Yes, Martin.
Good. So Sammy, that is how come that when the person doesn't come and goes within Togo, we can use extradition by force. We are dragging the person to come. So anybody who says that they are doing due process, then I'm like, you don't even understand the constitution. It's a constitutional duty. My main argument tonight, apart from Kisi resign, etc., is that an accused person has a constitutional duty. It's not only in Ghana that is a duty. Many countries, any country that has extradition laws, and most countries in this world, almost everywhere, there are laws on extradition. It means that it is a duty to attend court. That's how come if you don't attend, we will drag you. We will make an extradition request. So please, the MPP fraternity, they should call Oforiatta to come.
Okay.
He must come so that we will stop spending money on this extradition proceedings in the US. And then we can stop also the embarrassment. You see, Ghana is being embarrassed internationally.
Okay, Martin, thank you very much for your time. Martin Pebu is a private legal practitioner speaking to us there. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. So some other stories.
Now, the Ghana Institution of Engineering is calling on the Auditor General to conduct an independent audit of road project under the government's Big Push program. The institution has described the scale of investment in the project, estimated at 110 billion cedis, as too significant to proceed without strict and independent scrutiny. This follows reports by the Fourth Estate raising concerns about the use of single-source procurement and restricted tendering in awarding contract. The institution believes only an independent audit can restore public confidence and ensure accountability. Here are excerpts of the statement.
From a professional engineering standpoint, GHIE considers the scale of investment estimated at 110 billion Ghana cedis, with approximately 85 billion Ghana cedis already committed to ongoing road projects, as too significant to proceed without rigorous and independent scrutiny. The institution maintains that such unprecedented public expenditure must be subjected to a credible audit process to safeguard the national interest, ensure that infrastructure delivery meets expected standards, and guarantee that every cedi invested delivers measurable value, efficiency, and tangible benefit to the Ghanaian people. While acknowledging the directive by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama for the Minister of Roads and Highways to respond to the allegations, GHIE emphasizes that the gravity of the issues raised requires an independent audit by the Auditor General to provide objective findings and restore public confidence. The institution stresses that the audit must extend beyond procurement to cover the full life cycle of the project, including feasibility, engineering design, procurement processes, environmental and social compliance, and implementation, as weaknesses as any state can significantly affect cost, quality, and long-term sustainability. GHIE clarifies that its call is not intended to apportion blame, but to establish clear standards for public project execution, identify systemic gaps, and strengthen infrastructure delivery in Ghana.
You had excerpt of a statement from the Ghana Institution of Engineering calling on the Auditor General to conduct an independent audit of road projects under the Big Push program, read by my colleague Melody Fafa Potofe.
You're also listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. Time for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News, brought to you by Republic Bank. We are the one for you. Join the Republic verse. Do more, shine more, big up.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Gugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind says be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish Magobe fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you have the Magobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the Gobe too small. The Gogo. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. The details now. Ghana's economy recorded a 7.5% growth in January 2026. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, this signals a strong start to the year, although slightly below the 8.2% recorded in January 2025. Data from the monthly indicator of economic growth shows the services sector as the main driver of economic activity, expanding by 9.6%. Presenting highlights of the report, government statistician Dr. Alhassan Idrisu noted that the robust performance of the services sector underscores its dominance and growing role in Ghana's economy.
Economic activities in the agriculture sector grew by 4.5% in January 2026, down from 9.3% a year earlier. This suggests slower momentum, mainly reflecting seasonal patterns in crops and livestock. Industry grew by 7.2%, compared to 9.7% in January 2025. The slowdown is linked to reduced activity in oil and gas within mining and quarrying. Services recorded the strongest performance, expanding by 9.6%, up from 7.7% last year. This growth was driven by education and information and communication activities. In terms of contribution to growth, services accounted for 54.3%, industry 29%, and agriculture 14% of the overall 7.5% growth. What this really means is that while the economy continues to grow, the pace has slowed slightly compared to last year. However, strong performance in services is helping to sustain overall expansion.
Government statistician Dr. Alhassan Idrisu. Now, news just coming in is that the Plastic Manufacturers Association and the National Association of Sachet and Packaged Water Producers have agreed to maintain the current price of sachet water. The decision was reached after a meeting between industry stakeholders and the Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu-Ejare. Addressing a press conference after the meeting, the minister explained that the planned adjustment in polymer prices has been put on hold, citing positive development in the economy.
In any economy, there are gains and there can be losses. Since we have enjoyed the gains for about 14 months, I'm happy that they are able to cushion us for the next few months. We are hoping that things will return to normalcy so that they will continue to gain the investments, returns on their investments. As a Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, I really want industry to thrive. So do I want the Ghanaian economy to be good. Because you know what? When the economy is good, the enabling environment is already created for industry to do well. So I'm happy that together with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, you know, just lately they made him Commander-in-Chief of Industry. And so for industry and the president and the government to work together, the polymers producers have done so well by agreeing to revert to the old price.
Elizabeth Ofosu-Ejare is Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. Now, Telecel Ghana has presented a brand new car to the 14th winner of its Dream Car promotion. Speaking to the media, acting head of Products and Services, Carlos Asari-Oko, said the initiative launched in 2018 is aimed at rewarding loyal customers.
We rewarded for the 14th time our winner for the Dream Car promo, which has been running for about 7 to 8 years now. And it's been fantastic to see a customer take away a car and achieve the dream of becoming a car owner in Ghana. The Dream Car promo is a promo that we run twice every year to reward our customers who are loyal to us, who play games with us, and who have fun on our network. This promo started in 2018, just as the short code is 2018. We've already rewarded about 6 houses, giving away 7 cars, and today we've given away another car, making it the 8th time we are giving a car. And this promo is basically to give back to our customers for the time they spend on our network and for the opportunity to have that relationship with them.
Carlos Asari-Oko is acting head of Products and Services at Telecel Ghana. Now, Kofi Owusu-Enen, the winner of the 14th Telecel Dream Car promo, expressed his excitement after receiving the car, revealing that it took persistent, multiple attempts and significant effort to finally emerge victorious.
I think I joined the first cycle and I didn't really put much effort into it. Maybe once in a while, answer a question or two, and that was it. But then sometimes I'll just do it, and I won a couple of the weekly promos. And so that made me think, okay, let me just give it a try. Let me put in a lot more effort. And I started actually, during the second start, actually putting a lot more effort, answering the questions and all that. And then eventually paid off, and here we are. It's still taking a while to settle in. I'm still believing, so here.
Kofi Ofosu-Enen is the winner of the 14th Telecel Dream Car promo. Now, the chief executive of First Atlantic Bank PLC, Odun Odumfa, says the bank delivered a robust financial performance in 2025, driven by macroeconomic stability and sustained investment in digitalization and expansion. Profit before tax rose by 30.5% to 703 million cedis in 2025, up from 539 million cedis in the previous year, reflecting strong earnings growth and improved operational efficiency. Speaking on the sidelines of the bank's first annual general meeting following its listing on the Ghana Stock Exchange, he noted that improved efficiencies and continued investment in digital transformation are expected to support stronger performance in 2026.
All the major indices grew. Deposits went up almost 40%. Profits hit over 700 million, profit before tax. The balance sheet also grew in like manner. And above all, efficiencies improved, revenues went up, impairments are going down, and we will try and do even better this year. We have macroeconomic stability, and that is always good for business. I think if you look at all the indices, whether you're looking at the exchange rates or interest rates or general stability in the economy, it helps for businesses to be able to plan and to execute their strategies. But in addition, our business is a people business, and our staff have been incredible. They've gone out there, they've done the business, they've sold our products, and we continue to roll out our strategy: digitization, regional expansion, investment in our people, and all that is going well.
He had a chief executive of First Atlantic Bank PLC, Odun Odunfa. And that's it for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News, brought to you by Republic Bank. Republic Bank, we are the one for you. Join the Republic verse, do more, shine more, big up. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Up next is Point Blank.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house, oh.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka Insurance Claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying research to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Easter is here and Electroland says come and shop. This Easter, make it special. Electroland is bringing you unbeatable offers, unbelievable discounts and exciting free gifts. Feel the rhythm with Samsung, TCL and Media Home Theaters. Enjoy your favorite Easter movies on LED smart TVs. You can stay cool all day with our powerful air conditioners. Want a bedside fridge for your chilled drinks? We've got you. Prepare your Easter meals on a 4 to 6 burner gas cooker with grill and oven. And make laundry easy with top or front load washing machines. Visit our showrooms or go to www.electrolandga8.com. Call 050-315-9739. Electroland, home of luxury affordable electronics.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. And this is Point Blank. Tonight, my guest on Point Blank is Honorable Emmanuel Kwesi Bejura. He's a member of parliament for the Whole West constituency, chairman of the Energy Committee of Parliament, and an experienced MP at that. He's my guest tonight on Point Blank. Good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening.
I'm seeing for the first time this year, so it's proper I say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, and Happy Easter as well.
Sure.
I was expecting to meet my brother Omaru. I didn't know that Omaru has run away from me. Anyway, good evening to your cherished listeners. I'm happy to be here.
And thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Has it been in Parliament so far? I think this is your fourth term, right?
This is my fifth term.
Your fifth? Wow.
Yes. I entered Parliament very young. We were those of us who entered Parliament 2009.
Okay.
Were very young.
We were Tamil's era.
Exactly, Tamil's era. We were about 40, and only 5 of us are remain from our side.
Wow.
Yes.
Fifth term.
Yeah.
You intend to go again?
Well, I always say that one term at a time, and we allow the will of God to be done.
So you're waiting for the will of God to be done?
Yes, I don't rush into this at all. If the people say they don't like you again, you don't even waste your time. But if the people think that you are doing a good job, you should continue.
At least 5 times you are doing a good job from the people. To keep you on for 5 different occasions?
It's just the grace of God, my brother. It is just the grace of God. Those people who think that it's by our own strength, I mean, we entered with more than 40 people and only 5 of us remain. So clearly it shows that it could just be the grace of God. Yeah,
and how's the constituency doing?
Well, the good people of Whole West are still there. They are doing very well. I came back yesterday night, went to celebrate the Easter festival with them, moving from one community to another. Community. I have close to about 114 to 120 communities. Wow. And the Aves, we like celebrating Easter. So Easter was a
So Aves and Coast, which will like the Easter more?
Oh, if you ask me, I'll tell you that we are brothers. Actually, I had close to about 30 invitations. And how do you spread yourself? From Friday, Good Friday, where we had a football gala organized by one of my assembly members, and then through to yesterday, to Monday, where we had a picnic. And so I have to attend most of them. Where I couldn't go, I have to send delegation. And thankfully, my DC was on touch. He has decided to, divide the group into 2. He takes one part, I take one part. So, yeah.
You have a cordial working relationship with him?
Of course. I mean, it is said in the Whole West that he's the best DC so far. And not only in Whole West, but in the whole of Volta region, he's doing very well, extremely well. If you have a working relationship with your
it
DC,
makes your work easier.
It makes your work easier. So I am confident that it will bring more development to the Whole West district.
Let's talk about infrastructure in the constituency. Good roads, hospitals, schools.
Well, our place is the rural constituency. Even though it's called Whole West, there's a constituency that is a rural part of the whole central is the whole eastern, and the Whole West comprised of traditional areas. Actually, it is not. You will not see Whole West as in one place. It's a scattered communities. This is a constituency where they put traditional areas together. I have 16 traditional areas. And so you can move from one constituency into my community and move from that community into another constituency. So I have 7, I would say 6 constituency and Togo, all bordering my constituency. So I moved from a Sojamai constituency, for instance, through Esiabura into my constituency. And I moved from there to North Tong, from North Tong to South Tong, and then Central Tong, and then to Adaklu.
Okay.
So you have communities that are in those areas, but because they are, they have relation, or because it's a traditional area, members who have moved there, they are also part and parcel of my constituency. Then you go to Sabdan. I have 3 communities that belongs to the Wudume traditional area, and so you move from Peki area going to Kwebe. You have 3 communities. There. You have Chibu, Darfur, and then Bethel. They are all Whole West constituency, but you have to go through Adapeki or through Kwebe. Then from there, you go into Hohwe, Afajatos area. You have Fume, Jokbe town,
yes.
Jokbe area. You know, so
I have a better understanding. I schooled in Pando, so I know those, and I lived in Hall.
Also, my brother, you know my area. So, and then when it comes to Ho Central, we have two towns that are sandwiched between Lume and Mache. And those communities are they have relatives, or they have kind of relation with Dodome people, and that place called Dodome, Awiasu and Dogolome. They are not, they are far from their brothers and sisters, but it's a Dodome land, and so I have to move from other Lume area, which is Ho Central, or from Mache, who is also Ho Central, to enter there. So it's like that.
The large constituency.
It is not large per se, but long. It's very long, stretch from one end to. I mean, from Samuel Kujeto's area, Dofo area, in Abutia Enclave, to Boita Ashanti. If you are from Hawaii, if you know Hawaii, then you should know Boita Ashanti. That is very close to the Mount. What is the name? The highest mountain in
Afaja
Mount Afaja. That's how the constituency is. Adope is close to Afaja to area there. So you could see that my place is so dotted, and you have to move from one place to another. It's just the grace of God for me to continue staying there.
The administration has come under fire. Let's move to another issue on this LGBT issue. I remember very well you're one of the proponents in the previous parliament for the passage of the bill. A lot of people have said that this administration weaponizes campaign for the election, and yet there's no action. You are one individual whose name comes up when it comes to this whole conversation. What do you make of the recent conversation about this LGBT issue?
So, my brother, let's put in the context. Let me take you through the beginning of this whole business. In 2022, 2023, I was invited by the coalition of proper human rights and proper human sexual rights and family value, led by lawyer Moses Fui Amoni, and the whole coalition, to let us understand the Ekanka, and to also understand that the LGBT community are invading Ghana, and so we need to do something about it. And I got a lot of calls from colleagues who are Christian believers who think that we should do something about it. And so we agreed that we're going to draft something, and fortunately at that time Professor Michael Kwe, who was then allowed that there should be private members bill. So it took us time for us to draft something for Parliament. So as soon as Professor Michael Kwe left, that was in 2000 when the new
administration came.
The new speaker came. We approached him. He was all out for it. If I would say Michael Kwe was not for it, he was for it. One time I remember he allowed us to pray in Parliament during the COVID time and pray that this thing should not happen in Ghana. In the chamber, I will not deceive you at that time. Then when the new speaker came, the Right Honorable Agbagbagbin came, he also agreed that, look, we should not allow this thing to filter. And so whatever we can do to pass it, we'll pass it. You remember at that time we were 137. So we approached our colleagues from the other side that, well, we have this draft bill, we want to present it to Parliament if they will join us. If I was leading it then, I had 4 from my side and 4 from our side. And we agreed that, well, Sam George is very vocal. I'm not a media person. He's a vocal person, so he should lead. So then he was speaking on our behalf. And so I got 4 people from their side, 4 people from my side. And I can mention their name. The day we agreed to submit the bill to the floor of the House, to Speaker, before laying it on the floor, 3 of them chickened out. 3 of them chicken, and I can mention their name, I won't mention their name here. And we're lucky to have the Deputy Minister, Dr. Honorable Fojo.
He was then Deputy Education Minister.
He was the only person who supported us from their side. So quickly we have to get other people to let them understand what was going on, and they came and supported us. So then we had 7 people from the minority side, and we have 1 person from the majority side then. And so we went through, what we went through? We went through to the point that the bill was passed under the Right Honorable Agbagbagbin. We passed it only for us to be told by the president before it got to him that, well, somebody was going to court. And my friend, my brother, took it to court. And that dragged until they left the office. And you know very well that when a bill, even whether it was passed or not passed, when a particular parliament, exit, you must bring the bring the bill again. So we decided to bring the bill again, and we came together. This time around, those of us, like Honorable De La Soa, she's no longer in parliament. So 4 of us who were, previously sponsors of the bill, Sam George, myself, De La Soa, Honorable the Deputy Minister for Chieftaincy, Honorable Rita Odele-Soa, and then Helen Tosu. 4 of us currently still supported. We signed to. We are co-sponsor. Then we have 4 John T, and then 6 people, 5 other people from the MPP stock. So 4, us again says, which presented a bill. We presented a bill to Speaker, but not to Parliament. That was the first time last year. Then this year, January, Speaker allows it to be late, because last year what really happened was that some of us were arguing, including the majority leader. I was even part of them, where people were arguing that after all, there's no constitutional provision
for it,
that if Parliament elapses, you should bring the bill back. But the argument back and forth, and so we decided, that Speaker decided that let's lay the bill. After all, the bill has been passed already. It's not a new bill, so we should resubmit it. So we submitted it on the 17th of February this year, which has been referred to a committee, the Legal Constitution Committee. And from what I heard, the Human Rights Committee have already met with UNICEF and those groups. They met with them. They met with the Human Rights Group. They met with the Christian Council. They've met them already last week, and the Legal Affairs Committee will be meeting us on the 21st.
Okay.
And so the report will be presented as soon as returned. In fact, the chairman has given me all the assurance. When I call him today, say, "Hello, Emmanuel, we are meeting you on the 21st. Please be there. As soon as returned, that will be our first report to submit."
Okay.
Already it's been passed. The concern from United Nations was the fact that, and I can share with you, the concern United Nations has written to Speaker about, exposing people, giving information about this person is a member, is what they don't want.
Okay.
But the rest of the bill, they are interested. They don't care anything. They don't, just that we should be able to protect others. Maybe the person have some disease. And so I asked the chairman, it's okay, they'll look at it when we can. They'll ask us whether we should tone it down or we should still maintain it. Because in the bill
So the UN is worried about the discrimination aspect of it.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the only thing they are concerned about. And when it comes, we'll look at whether we should maintain it, and we'll talk to our sponsors as well. So people should stop this thing as if the bill will not be passed. It will be passed.
The worry is about the sense of urgency. They believe that the previous administration, you were all out for it.
Yes.
Now,
so am I not out for it? If I can put my parliamentary, my parliamentary activities
on the line, like someone did with the presidency.
Yes. I'm putting on the line, and I meant it. I mean, we should have principles in life. Everywhere I go, I said it. If you are not principled enough, then you are not, a person who should be believed. I have my principle. If I support it during our opposition time, and we went to town with it. You remember, we use it everywhere, and Ghanaians supported it because it is against our culture, not only Ghanaian culture, but it's against our own tradition. Right? So if we are against it, why should I come to power now and think that I'll chicken out? And so the likes of Sam George, we believes in it. The likes of Helen Tosu, we believes in it. The likes of Rita Odele-Soa, we believes in it. And the president also believes, he has mentioned it several times. Maybe our people are thinking that we should give the bill to president for the president to sign. Initially, the president even told us that he wants to bring it as a public bill.
Yeah.
You remember he met the Catholic bishop. He wanted the bill to be a public bill. But if it's a public bill, we don't know whether it will delay or not.
Yeah.
So we said we have already passed this one already. When it goes through the process, the motion, and it's passed, and he decides to refer it to, maybe he wants something to be added or something, he can refer it to the
worry for many people is that the recent comments by the president that this whole LGBT matter is not a priority in Ghana. That is what has caused a lot of people to worry. That if the whole president says this is not a priority for now, then it means it may not see the light of day.
So you see, people do not understand that the executive is different from the legislature as well as the judiciary. What we should understand is that the bill has not been passed. Now it's in the domain of the legislature. The president cannot come and force us to pass it. You understand?
Yeah.
Even the president brings it as because it wasn't the president that brought it as a bill, so it cannot even come as under certificate of agency. It is private members bill. We didn't bring it as certificate of agency. So it has to go through the normal process, which it is going through. If we have not finished, what business has the president got to do with it? With this, that's what people don't understand. If the president says that, it is not the priority, bring it. When we finish the bill, we send the bill to him. And he also stops it on the way, just as somebody has done. That's why Ghanaians have cause, to complain. Now we don't have. Let us pass this first. I've been saying that. Look, this bill be passed. The president was sent to it. The president should leave other thing and say, Parliament, pass this bill, pass it. It doesn't work anywhere. So you should allow us to do our work. You remember during the previous Parliament, we have over 200 memos for that bill alone. We had they have every cause to go around the whole country, to travel outside. Even the chairman at that time was against it. But as soon as he traveled to, you can interview him. When he went to France, and they have over 200 laws. When they say, Emmanuel, I went to France, and they have over 200 laws. One of them even said that you can marry your own daughter. That's why he realized that, no, where we are going, he's not going to. So even though some people call him, highest authority call him that, he just allowed the bill to be passed, and we pass it. So Ghanaians are against it, and I don't think His Excellency John Mahama will be for it.
A lot of people are also worried about the likelihood or the likely effect if we pass this particular bill. Donor support, donor aid, all those things may cut. Have you considered all those things in your push for it? So
I can tell you on authority that just recently, Senegal has also passed a bill. You can Google it. They've passed a bill. African countries are against it. I'm a member of a community which started from Uganda. Actually, Uganda. You remember they sanctioned their president and sanctioned their speaker of parliament and all prominent people from Uganda. At that time, they said they were going to withhold their 200 million from World Bank. Have they not given it to them? Even the president we all know, Donald Trump, the president of the world, is against it. So what is this business? I am happy that the donor community today, we don't have USAID supporting us. Are we not making it? This is the time for us to stand as Ghanaians that, look, our pride and our dignity should be protected. We don't want this in this country. If you like, to hell with your money. God has blessed Uganda with oil. They found oil. They'll start developing now. So we have everything. Why do you have to be depending on donor? I don't want to hear that at all. We have everything. Look, it is mismanagement of our economy that people are not making it. Make me a president for one day, see how this country will change.
President Bajura.
I'm just kidding. So what I'm saying is that it's the mismanagement. What kind of funds money that we need that President Akufo-Addo will be afraid of? That he will not allow this bill to, for him to assent to the bill. If he has assented to it, even the last day in office, he would have assented to it. So my point is that why hasn't he assented to it? Today, our GDP is high. Today, our inflation is low. Today, our reserve is high. So what are we talking about? Have we gotten any inflow from anywhere? It's not our own resources. What are you talking about? The dignity of Ghanaians. You want young people to be doing all kinds of things on our street? Is that what we are looking for? No. We should stop it somewhere and say, Ghanaians, this is the time for us to go forward. This is the time for us to make it, and we can make it.
Away from LGBT, let's talk about energy. You are the chairman of the Energy Committee. The recent conversation about the need for government to intervene on the increasing price at the pump. They want the 1 cedi levy to be scrapped because of happenings Iran, Israel, and the U.S. development. As chairman of the committee, has the matter been tabled before the committee for possible consideration?
No, it's not been tabled as yet. We are on recess now. And I just spoke to one of your stations, media fraternity, and they also asked all the same question. I said, well, I know there will be a cabinet retreat and emergency cabinet meeting to look at this. We are waiting for the cabinet to look at it. We cannot impose tax, or we cannot take away. Parliament cannot do until it comes from the executive. So we are waiting for them to come out. As we speak now, I believe that this government has been voted for into power to manage the economy for us, and they've done extremely well. The 1 cedi that was levied on every liter was basically for fuel.
Yeah.
And that fuel was to help our energy sector, not the petroleum sector. Now, if the petroleum sector is suffering, government could say, well, I will take it off, or let me maintain it and wait and see. And so I'm waiting for the executives to come out with their retreat and tell us what is. And now I'm sure they'll have justification for either maintaining it or removing it. So let's not jump the gun. Let's wait for what will come out of the meeting.
But many have said that government should do something about what's happening to mitigate the plight of the ordinary Ghanaian. Fine, inflation is down. We are seeing increasing prices at the pump. The war has not ended, even though there's a 2 week freeze off. GPRT is threatening to increase fares. Pure water sellers are also threatening to increase price, even though there's an intervention.
Yeah.
A gamut of issues. So many people think that it's about time government comes in.
Yeah.
People are mounting pressure on government. Will the committee also help listen, because you are the representative of the people?
Yeah, that's why I was saying that we should wait for the executive to come out with their decision, and then we can now make our input. For now, we cannot make any input until I hear some of my colleagues from the minority side came. They had press conferences and asked. Some of them call on me that, honorable chairman, let's call the minister and ask the minister whether they can. I'm waiting for the cabinet decision.
Yeah.
Having said that, waiting for the cabinet decision, we should also understand that we live in a world economy. Now, our brothers from the other side, if you compare the price of petroleum product from our neighboring countries, ask which one is higher and which one is lower. You realize that we are all on the same platform. Apart from that, when petroleum product was higher than now, in the previous, when inflation was high, what did we do? We didn't do anything about it. Now inflation is low. I mean, it means that even though you be I'm not justifying it, but even though you have your goods and services are very low, I mean, and your petroleum price is going a little bit higher, which has gone to. I buy diesel. Diesel 17. Petrol and co are now 13 and 4. Some filling stations are selling 14. We've not gotten to the 25 Citi market yet, as it used to be in the past. So let's wait and let's hold on and let's trust that this 2 weeks window will bring things down. I believe that this war will not go anywhere. It will end soon and things will come down.
But Trump doesn't look like he's going to end this anytime soon. There's a 2 weeks freeze, and he's giving some conditions. If these conditions are not,
we live in Ghana, so we are waiting. But in any case, I believe the president is a listening president. Only God knows, and I believe that by the time they finish with their meeting, something good will come out of it, and probably.
Your opponent said that when the Russia-Ukraine war happened, you took advantage of it, and now that there's Israel-US war, is also good time for also to take advantage of it from their side.
Of course, that's all about politics. Politics is to make noise. Especially we have this balance that says that the minority will
have their say,
and then the majority will have their. So let them also make say it and trump it. But the discerning Ghanaians are listening. They know what is going on. People around the world. It wasn't like when some of us entered Parliament in 2009. When the literacy rate and people's perception about politicians were low. Now you cannot go to the market and tell people anything.
Yeah.
And that does also not mean that we should not be sensitive to the people. I always say that, look, the same people who put you there will bring you down. So we should also be sensitive to the people. So whilst our opponents are talking, let's be listening to them as well. And so I'm sure our leaders, including myself, we are listening, and we'll do the right thing.
When is Parliament resuming?
We're supposed to be back in May. Either beginning or middle of May.
What will be some of the things you'll be considering when you resume?
A lot. In my my committee, for instance, though we will be looking at the MPA Act. We want to restructure MPA.
Okay.
And then we'll also be looking at the PURC and EC, that's a Energy Commission. There's a new law.
The possible measure.
I've not said that. That bill will be coming to us. We'll be looking at it, and then there are a few petroleum agreements that will also be coming. We'll be looking at. That's for my committee, and generally, I'm a proposer of the anti-LGBTQI. I will be pushing forward to it, and. In all this, I'm also the chairman of OGP Caucus. A lot of people don't know what is Open Government Partnership. Open Government Partnership basically means open up your government, opening up Parliament, open up, state institutions. And Ghana has assigned, we've been member of the OGP community since 2011. A lot of people do not know. Okay. So most of the things that we do, we need government to be opening up. That's why you see a lot of openness. The RTI bill was passed under Open Government Partnership Initiative. And so there are a lot of initiatives that will be coming, a lot of new laws that we'll be looking at. And so one of them has to do with asset declaration, which the president said he was going to. It's under Open Government. We need to open up our space. If you are a public officer or you are, elected official, you should be able to tell Ghanaians how many assets you make and how many you are going home with, or how many, how much do you owe. We should be able to tell Ghanaians, and that should not be shredded in secrecy. But can politicians
really disclose this?
Why not? What is wrong with that, my brother? For me, there's nothing wrong with it.
The current existing law, you declare it, this is in an envelope,
and it's bad,
and it's only open when I think you are leaving office or you are gone,
which is no good. We should open it. If I have two houses,
and the people who are supposed to pass that law, your colleagues in parliament,
so we will lobby them. That is one of my work.
Able to get this.
That's how some of us will do.
Politicians never declare their assets.
Why won't you declare your assets? What are you afraid of? If you have nothing to hide, what are you afraid of? If I'm not only an MP, I have other businesses. So why don't you declare those businesses? I have certificate from speaker to do business,
other things,
other things. So that certificate is there, and if I have any income from them, I'm able to acquire additional property. I should be able to tell the whole world. If you are not able to tell, then you are not truthful to your constituent. You are not truthful to Ghanaians. Then what's the business? What business do you have in being in public office? We should be bold. People should be bold to declare the asset. And these are some of the things some of us will be pushing out there. That look, we should revise our COPA, which is a law which our people are bringing up.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming.
I'm grateful.
My guest tonight on the point line, Emmanuel Kwesi Bajwa. He's a member of Parliament for the Whole West constituency, the chairman of the Energy Committee of Parliament, and one of the proponents of the LGBT law or LGBT plus bill in Parliament. He says the House will pass it, and President John Dramani Mahama will sign it into law. And that's how we bring today's edition of Eyewitness News to a close. My name is Sami Wiafe. Earlier you heard Hawa Idrisu. Show produced by Kwabna Wilson, Beverly London, Fred Tete Jabano, and Juliana Odam, with technical assistant from Desmond Nyako. So we'll come your way again tomorrow. May the good Lord be with us all.
Citi News.